The lineup is good. And they pick up the pace off of 4, the green flag waves. Factory stock, A feature. Robert Scott on the low side. Little contact with the 75. And we got a couple of cars. Green flag waves, factory stock A feature. And Mark Norwood, 75 in, now out front, followed by Robert Scott, Blake Green. Blake Green looking to the outside, trying to get around Robert Scott and then challenge Mark Norwood. And the green kid running the high line and has the edge as they go into turn 1. But he gets her turned around and comes to a stop. And he collects Charles Curley and brings out the caution. Matt Norwood. Austin Timmons, Prestidge Orcutt, Blake Green, and Charles Curley. Green flag waves. Mark Norwood, the 75 in. Leads him into turn 1. Gets a couple of car lengths on Robert Scott, but Robert Scott not going away. Pulls back closer. Matt Norwood, the 15 in, now in 4th spot. Cody McCoy gets her turned around and he collects Blake Green to bring out the caution. Tough break for Blake. He had moved up some spots after restarting. Ben Frey, 15 laps remaining. Single file restart. Mark Norwood, green flag. Matt Norwood, the 15 in, challenging the 13 of Ben Frey as they battle for 3rd spot. And Cody McCoy gets her sideways, comes to the infield, back on the back straightaway. We're still green. Mark Norwood, your leader, stretching his lead a little bit over Robert Scott. Meanwhile, Matt Norwood in 3rd position now. Ben Frey runs 4th. 5th spot, Austin Timmons, followed closely by Charles Curley. Still Mark Norwood, your leader. And coming to the halfway point, Mark Norwood, Robert Scott, Matt Norwood, Ben Frey, Austin Timmons, Charles Curley, Cody McCoy, and Prestidge Orcutt. Single digits remain, 9 laps to go. And Mark Norwood has stretched his lead a little bit more over Robert Scott. Meanwhile, Matt Norwood closing in on Robert Scott. Their leader is still Mark Norwood, followed by Robert Scott, Matt Norwood, Ben Frey, Austin Timmons, your top 5. Mark Norwood putting a lap on Prestidge Orcutt as he lengthens his lead with 5 laps to go. And Matt Norwood had gotten by Robert next time around. Green flag waves. Mark Norwood leads him into turn 1. Once again, Matt Norwood trying to put some pressure on Robert Scott on that second spot. 5 laps remaining. Well, Cody McCoy gets her turned around and he takes her to the infield. 4 laps remaining. Matt Norwood trying to work that high groove to get around Robert Scott. He's right on his bumper as they come off of 4. And now Matt Norwood looking for an opening underneath Robert Scott. Can't quite get there with 2 laps remaining. Mark Norwood continues in the lead in the 75 in, followed by Robert Scott in the 1, and then Matt Norwood in the 15 in. Caution, we got a car stopped. Austin Timmons comes to a stop on the front straightaway next to the wall. Norwood, in his second appearance this season at Creek County, won the heat race earlier this evening, looking to pull off the win as we go green. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go. Mark Norwood, Robert Scott, Matt Norwood, Ben Frey. Oh, Matt Norwood tried to get underneath, but scrubbed off some speed, and Ben Frey has moved into third as they come off of turn 4 for the checkered flag. It's going to be Mark Norwood, Robert Scott, Ben Frey, and Matt Norwood, your top 4. Picking up the A feature win. The driver of the 75 in his second appearance, picking up his first feature win. Give it up for Mark Norwood.